Spider Noir.
This is turning into one kick-ass origin story.
Exactly. Okay.
All right. I saw this unreal tweet. Sung Jae Im and Siwoo Kim, they're skipping the British Open. They're golfers because they need a medal at the Olympics to avoid mandatory military service.
Yeah.
They need to medal.
Wow.
Who else? Who was the person? The hockey player? It was Oli Mata. He had to go back to Finland for his service.
Yeah, something like that. But that's just that's unfathomable pressure.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure.
Like let them place the medal. Just give them bronze.
They would be doing nothing but playing golf until the Olympics. They would not sleep.
Yeah, they're gonna have blisters all over their hands. Like,
yeah, I would bet the house. Like, if I can bet that they're gonna get a medal, I would bet the house. I think they're gonna do it.
That's a good bet.
Yeah, honestly,
they have to do it. They have no choice.
They have to get something.
Ready? Break. This is the Drive-In Podcast, episode 44, take 1. Bada bing, bada boom. Welcome to the 44th episode of the Drive-In Podcast. On today's episode of the Drive-In, we have the Express Checkup with yours truly, Dr. O. We have our spoiler-free review of No Sudden Move, and then we have our top billing draft of condiments. So use the bathroom now, grab your popcorn, and enjoy the 44th episode of the Drive-In Podcast. All right, fellas, episode 44 has arrived, and let's just get down to brass tacks. Are we putting ketchup on our glizzies, boys? Are we putting ketchup on our glizzies?
We're doing this now.
Classic, but I mean, no teasing pics.
This is a hot button issue on the internet, so I feel like we had to discuss.
Wait, what? People aren't putting ketchup on their glizzies?
Yeah, people are saying that's like un-American to do that.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, did you not see that?
No, I didn't. I missed that entire debate.
Really? So it's like, personally, I think ketchup is synonymous with hot dogs. I thought that was a natural thing, but the internet's kind of divided right now. But I was thinking,
when is it not?
True. I was thinking about it. Like, whenever you see advertisements for hot dogs, sorry to tease pick, but what condiments are usually on the hot dog?
The yellow one.
Usually never ketchup.
You're right. That's true.
Almost never ketchup.
They incepted us saying mustard or the yellow one should be on the hot dog when it should be ketchup.
I love how Ricky Flicks is just like saying it's like Voldemort. You can't say the word.
Yeah, geez.
What's his name?
The condiment that shall never be named, or whatever it is.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah. I also have something to say.
Go ahead, Ez.
I forewarned you guys. I forewarned you that I would let the voters decide your fate. And sure and well enough, the Drive-In Pod audience pulled through for me on the last top billing. The slump is broken. I'm officially back on top.
Snaps around.
And your fantasy sci-fi picks and the action movie drafts just did not hold up. So thank you to all of my loyal voters and our loyal listeners who went out there and voted properly. They voted for integrity.
It was you had the best all-around action film draft. You did. It's true. Undisputable. You did. I agree with the voters. I would have voted for you too. Like, that's a man of integrity right there.
Man,
just being honest with everybody.
He's making amends for the next election.
Oh,
right now.
Yeah. But when it comes to like if they're looking at pure action movies, your list is clearly the best. But if you go with like best movies, like
franchises,
like best like legit movies, I might have went with Ricky Flicks just because he had that Star Wars effect on him.
Star Wars and Harry Potter,
yeah. So it's hard to beat that.
Those are like amazing franchises.
They're like 98%.
You could even accuse them of the P word with those two picks. I'm just saying
the P word.
We're
bringing that word back.
That's just heinous. Like.
Standard for those who can't tell what we're talking
Star
about.
Wars. No, but Nez, congrats on that victory. I was going to acknowledge it at the top billing segment, but you did it at the top.
Oh, don't worry. You could acknowledge it again. I won't mind.
We'll see. But before we get going, I want to go back to the hot dog thing because this was on my mind all day.
Glizzy talk.
Glizzy's on his mind.
ESPN cost us from seeing history.
True.
Were either of you watching or trying to watch the hot
No,
dog eating contest?
I wasn't, but I saw both of you tweeting about it.
Freaking out.
ESPN would cut the feed and go to a commercial because they couldn't get their crap together. The screen would go blur, it would go blue, and they just went to a commercial just because they couldn't figure it out. And then we missed him breaking his world record again. We missed it. This might be the last time he eats 76 hot dogs.
We were robbed of history. There's just no other way of saying it. We were robbed of history. They went to 2 commercials within 10 minutes during the competition. It's only 10 minutes long. They went to the commercial twice. I had massive beef with ESPN. I tweeted at them multiple times.
At least go to a
My
picture-in-picture. At least go to a picture-in-picture, and you know, you could have your commercial on the side. You could still have the live feed going, but yeah, I don't get that.
It's just their live feed was struggling. They couldn't get it together. I don't know what was wrong. It just looked like it was buffering.
It's choked
for
It
them.
choked.
I thought it was my
Time,
TV.
guys. I mean, just it's not 1965. Just go watch it on YouTube.
But it's live. I gotta see it live. We'll do it live.
All right, let's go.
All right.
I'm fiending
Let's
for
get
some
to the
movie
checkup.
news, Doctor O.
Oh, lucky enough. Here comes the checkup. Let's get rolling. Director Richard Donner has passed away, unfortunately, at the age of 91. Donner was known for his work on films such as Superman, Lethal Weapon, The Goonies, The Omen, amongst so many others. Absolute bangers. Rest in peace to a legend. Next on the checkup, we got a peek at the first trailer for The Sopranos prequel film, The Many Saints of Newark. The preview heavily features Michael Gandolfini portraying the man his father made so iconic, Tony Soprano. The film will dive into Tony being lured into the criminal underworld by his mentor, Dickie Moltisanti. The film also stars John Bernthal, Vera Farmiga, Corey Stahl, Leslie Odom Jr., and Ray Liotta. The film comes out in theaters and on HBO Max October 1st, 2021. Next up, we have a Fast and Furious spin-off in the works, focusing on Cypher. Charlize Theron will star after appearing as the villain in the last 2 Fast and Furious films. Somewhere, Scotty Furious is smiling. Moving on with the checkup, Black Widow is tracking to earn $80 to $110 million at this week's box office opening. This would be the highest earning film since the coronavirus pandemic started. F9 held the record with a $70 million opening just 2 weeks ago. Vin Diesel has got to be pissed. Lastly, in the checkup, Chris Pratt. He has confirmed that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will start filming in November of 2021. James Gunn is back in the director's chair after being temporarily fired and then rehired by Disney. Gunn's next film is The Suicide Squad, due out next month. That does it for the checkup this week. Ricky Flicks, which headline grabs your attention, kid?
Well, the trailer for Many Saints of Newark was something. It was great to see Gandolfini's son portray him, obviously, but this is only a trailer. I'm hoping to see another one probably in a month or two, and hopefully that dives more into the other characters, and maybe we get to see more of the Leslie Odom Jr. and the other actors in this as well. But this is a great first trailer. Thermometer predictor for me.
Ooh.
I like this first one. I'm gonna go play it safe with the 82, but it could go higher. You never know.
Never seen an episode of The Sopranos.
We got to get you cooking. We got to get you cooking. You have to watch
Flicks
this
just
series.
took off his glasses in disappointment.
The Sopranos.
Yeah. So I'm proposing a challenge to myself. I think I start The Sopranos. My roommate's been trying to get me to watch it. He's seen it and he wants to rewatch it. So I might start The Sopranos and just blog my way through each season.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be something. You won't regret it.
It's gonna be a
What-
fresh look. Fresh look.
This, like, for a Sopranos fan, seeing this trailer, it was chef's kiss. It was so awesome. The Satrialis, you got Tony's dad, played by John Bernthal. You had Mama Soprano, Liv Soprano, one of the worst characters in television history, being played by Vera Farmiga here. And then Michael Gandolfini, like the menacing figure of Tony Soprano, like come to life again. Like, it's so cool that he's playing him in this movie. But I'm beyond psyched to see this. And I like that Ricky Flicks went 82. I'm hovering around there. I'm going to go even higher. I'm going to go with the 87%. This trailer looked fuego.
It's a bold move,
Fuego.
Don.
And then one of my all-time favorite characters, Uncle June, and he was barely seen in this trailer. He's played by Corey Stahl. He's got the iconic like white hat, and he like literally they flashed the camera up for a second on him, 1 second, and I had to freeze frame it. I had to screenshot it too. So I might even have to tweet that out for the Drive-In Pod followers just to make sure they see Uncle June as his younger self. Before. I know there's not like many other juicy stories here, but I did want to talk about really quickly. James Gunn, like I brought up the Suicide Squad really quick. Did you guys see what he tweeted the other day in terms of like the potential characters he was going to use in the Suicide Squad or who he thought about?
No, what'd he say?
So I just want
Friend
to
of the
list a
pod.
couple. Friend of the pod, true. But these are some of the villains he considered using in the Suicide Squad. Killer Frost, which is a
Ooh.
Flash villain. Deathstroke, which is one that was supposed to appear, obviously, with Joe Manganiello in the Batman movie that was going to star Ben Affleck. Man-Bat, right, from Batman the Animated Series. Mr. Freeze was going to be used. Then
Mr.
Solomon
Freeze?
Grundy, among others. Yeah, Mr. Freeze. Imagine if he was
Interesting.
there. It's like taking place in like a jungle, right? And like a Caribbean location or whatever. Imagine Mr. Freeze just walking around, just like, what the hell am I doing here?
Mr. Freeze just seems like too much of an alpha to be in the Suicide Squad. Like too much,
He just
too
doesn't-
big of a villain.
And he just
Isn't
doesn't
that the
feel-
point of the Suicide Squad? A bunch of alphas?
But it's like Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is second fiddle to the Joker. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, usually they're lesser known characters. That's why James Gunn took it in the first place. But like Mr. Freeze doesn't really fit that vibe.
Right.
He's a funky like looking guy, but like his backstory is very dark. And like the people are saying like they want like a Mr. Freeze Joker style movie for him. He'd be the next one to get one.
That would be a
Because
good one.
And he needs
That'd be cool.
redemption after Schwarzenegger absolutely buried the character.
Yeah. And he has such a
Batman
sad
Robin.
storyline, like on
Yeah.
a personal note, like personal level. Like, so that would be
His
an interesting one to do.
His intro in the Batman animated series literally won an Emmy. It was that good, right? It was
So
fire.
good.
So and then there's also that animated movie, the Batman animated series movie with Mr. Freeze. That's also very good. Sub-Zero.
Phenomenal. Polar
You
bears.
know, do animated movies. But that does it for the checkup this week. I'm going to throw it over to Nez for our review of HBO Max's No Sudden Move.
Thanks, Dr. O. Our review this week is of No Sudden Move. It's available to see on HBO Max and in theaters. This will be a spoiler-free review, and it is currently trending at 88% certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes with a 61% audience score and a 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb. The synopsis is: in 1954 Detroit, small-time criminals are hired to steal a document. When their heist goes horribly wrong, their search for who hired them and for what purpose sends them wending through all the echelons of the race-torn, rapidly changing city, Detroit. So, let's start off. Knee-jerk reactions. Did we like this film? How do you feel about it in general? I'm going to throw it over to Dr. O here.
I thought it was solid. I think I saw earlier on Rotten Tomatoes it has like an 87%. Like if we're talking that as an overall score, I think it's a little high, to be honest. But I thought this was extremely entertaining. Like classic Soderbergh, twists and turns everywhere you look. You got backstabbing, you got double crossing left and right. Makes it for especially with such an engaging cast. Like this cast was stellar. Like you have names all over the place, and like they're splitting the screen time fairly decently. Like Don Cheadle is the lead here; he gets top billing. But I think like Brendan Fraser, like seeing him like come back and do this movie, like
Yeah.
is people are asking, is Brendan Fraser back? Like George of the Jungle, is he back?
I thought
And
he did
then,
great. Yeah.
John Hamm and his classic John Hamm performance, being a cop, like being an agent, you know, just like classic John Hamm. But he plays that role so well. And then moving along with that, Benicio del Toro, he's in the running. Is he the coolest man in Hollywood? He's one of them.
Yeah, Dr. O, you honestly forgot one of our podcast champions. Obviously, John Hamm is one of them, but David Harbour, one of my personal favorites, is also in this movie, and I think he does a great job. I mean, before I looked at the movie, I looked at the cast, because one of the synopses I read was like this star-studded cast. I was like, really, how good is it? And then I started reading, and I was like, oh my god. Oh my
pretty
God.
good.
It just keeps
Pretty
getting
good.
better. It keeps getting better. Like John Hamm, Don Cheadle, and David Harbour are three of my favorite actors. But then like Benicio del Toro, like, are you kidding me? I mean, this cast is fire. And I'm guessing they all read the script, really liked it, and we're like, sign me up. But before I give my full thoughts on the movie, I'm going to send it over to Ricky Flicks here. What's your opinion on the this movie?
Yeah, the cast was great, as in just star-studded, just captured your attention just by looking at the screen because you just want to see how these stars are going to work together. And I thought it worked well for the most part. I like the 50s dark noir Detroit style film here that Soderbergh did. If you guys saw in the beginning, it had with the Warner Brothers logo, had like the older look on it. Thought that was really cool what Soderbergh did there. And like you said, Harbor was good. I thought like he has a big 2 weeks here. He has this, and then next week Black Widow. So this is interesting for him. Interesting time for him. Brendan Fraser, I didn't think was that bad. I thought he was pretty good, and he's going to be in The Whale later this year with Darren Aronofsky. So like Brendan Fraser is back. He's back. So it's great to see.
He's back.
I do agree that this was very confusing. A lot of names just being thrown out there without being introduced to characters, even an hour in that happened. And I thought the first hour was good, not great, but the last 45 minutes, 50 minutes was very good. And like, I think I agree with Dr. O. I thought it was a solid film, not terrible, a little distracting at times, but solid.
Yeah, I honestly really liked this the film. I enjoyed it. I think top to bottom. Like you said, Flicks. I really like the noir style. I wasn't really prepared for that, but I really liked it. Like the little music in the background and like
the bongo
whole,
drums.
honestly. Oh yeah, I love that. And the fedoras, just the hats in general in this movie.
Don
incredible.
Cheadle murders the hat.
Like I loved. Oh my God! Yeah, Brendan Fraser murders the hat.
Yeah.
Now back to Brendan Fraser. Is it possible? Do we have a new contender for Plump King of the Year?
Oh, I like that.
Ooh, well, The Whale, like what that movie's about, it kind of
He certainly looks like he's preparing for the role.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, guys.
He's going full method.
But I mean, I listen, this movie with every twist and every turn, it kind of kept me on my toes. I was trying to figure out, what was in this document, what was so important about it. And then there's actually a historic aspect. I mean, it's not based in truth. Like this movie isn't like real, but it is almost like it's historical fiction, which I think is very cool. And I don't want to spoil the ending here, but what they're trying to do is something that that actually was hidden from the public for a while in the 50s.
Yeah, I thought
that's what they were trying to reveal.
I thought it was
Or
interesting.
hide, actually.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting with the deep themes with the greed, corruption, capitalism, and everything going on there. I wish I saw more of that though. Like I know that was like kind of the point, as in like what's in this document, like you said. But I would have liked to seen that a lot earlier. To be honest, if you're going to go along with those themes and make them important in the end, and really hone in on that aspect at the end to tie everything together, I would have loved to see more foreshadowing or more just elements of that earlier in the movie, and I would have been less confusing because this movie moved quickly. There are a lot of twists and turns, not just with betrayals and backstabbing, but just honestly the pacing of this movie, just constantly scene after scene, new room, so you were always on your toes. So it would have been nice to have those elements included.
I couldn't agree more. Like the pacing of this film was awesome. You felt like you were watching a great scene followed by a great scene followed by a great scene, like one after another. And like there's not a ton of action going on, right? It's just like, it's a lot of it's dialogue, but
Just in rooms.
The cast is so engaging and they bounce off one another so well. And then it's also that aspect, I can't wait to see who's going to pop on the screen next, right? It's almost that vibe. Then you see, I'm not going to give the spoiler away, but there's a major cameo at the end out of nowhere. And I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
But to go into the part where Ricky Flicks is talking about like the themes of the movie, I agree. They were kind of just thrown in our face right at the end. This wasn't that type of movie. I thought it was like, it's more about just keeping you entertained, but then they're throwing out themes about race and then the dangers of big business and things like that. It didn't fit like the rest of the movie, in my opinion. So it kind of just got thrown in our face because like, there's more depth to this movie than you think. Bang, boom, there it is. So I thought that was kind of like squeezed in almost, but the whole purpose of it, so Soderbergh doing his thing with a large ensemble, keeping you entertained and making sure that you don't lose interest. You're engaged the entire time. You may not know exactly what's happening by the writing of this script because of like the backstabbing. It's hard to follow. It's like put your finger on it, then you lose it.
Another person we haven't talked about, Kieran Culkin. I thought he was great in this. Wish I saw more of him, obviously. But just I thought he was great in this. It was just wish I saw more, and I'm excited to see Succession season 3.
Yeah, huge Kieran Culkin fan. dating back to Scott Pilgrim, obviously. No, but
Great in that.
I really liked his character, and I think he always does a really good job. But I don't see him in much. When I saw his name pop up in the opening credits, I was like, "Huh, okay, interesting." I mean, I was already excited because I was reading all the other amazing actors. What do you guys think of Julia Fox's performance in this movie?
I personally, I don't think she brought that much to the table. But I did like her character. Like, well, she ended up becoming a lot more than expected. Right?
Yeah.
To not give
Yeah.
anything away to the audience, and I like that. And I heard her this movie with all these different actors. The only thing we really know her from is Uncut Gems.
Mhm.
Like seeing her here, I'm glad that she's getting this type of work. I'm excited to see like if she can have a character that will really like she'll be able to explore like dive deeper into it. Because like this one, it felt like she was like on the screen for 5 minutes, and obviously she has an impact at the end, but she's not going to get a lot of screen time when you're going with Don Cheadle, Benicio del Toro, and like all these other
Yeah.
guys, you know.
Right.
Yeah. And she had such an important part at the ending. It's like, oh, where was she at the first hour of the movie? Besides, like one of the first scenes of the movie, right? So she was like not really in it, but like you said, it's kind of hard to squeeze yourself in with all these stars that all did well, in my opinion. I thought Ed Solomon did a great job writing with the dialogue in this, and like you said, they just bounced off each other, and I thought she fit right in.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't too thrilled with her performance, to be honest. I thought
Really?
I don't know what was she doing with her voice. I don't know. I just it was just a
If we're
little
going
weird.
to talk
It was-
about voices, Don Cheadle in
no,
this.
Don Cheadle's voice was awesome.
Raspy voice.
I thought it was
I
a-
thought it sounded sick. I can't even recreate it.
I
I thought
liked
he
it
did
too.
great. Because it never, at no point did he lose me. He had me with it from the beginning. At first, I was like, "Oh, okay." Like this is
I was taken
this is what
aback.
this
by
is
it.
how he's talking. But then, like honestly, I just got really used to it, and it didn't throw me off for the whole movie. I was like, "Okay, that's his character." I
Mhm.
thought it was
Yeah.
sick, and I have never seen him, sound like that before.
I like
He
that
did a
from
great
him.
job.
A little different.
It fits so well. The weird one, the one we haven't brought up, Brendan Fraser, sounded so weird. Maybe it's just I haven't heard him talk in a long time, but that definitely is not his normal voice. It can't be his normal voice. It's a little off. It's a little off for sure. But I don't know. Julia Fox, like I can't wait to see what she does, but she was a little annoying in this movie. Not
Well,
gonna lie.
If we're going to talk about annoying again, it's going to be what was it? He was in The Quiet Place Part 2, Noah Jupe. I know Dr. O liked him more than me. I thought he was just there in this movie, a little bit annoying. And that was just my opinion of it.
Did you guys get confused? Obviously, you did. Was it
Yeah.
too confusing at any points for you guys?
100%. Yeah,
it
was.
For me, yes. I rewound a few scenes.
Yeah, I had to as well. Cause like, did I miss something? But I think Soderbergh wants you to get confused a little bit. Like he knows, like when he's writing this, yes, triple crossing, whatever, people going behind each other's backs. And like, it's hard to follow, especially because you don't know what's in the package either. And you're trying to say, like, what are these people's motives? It's really hard to follow. But I think it's okay because you ultimately find out in the end what the ultimate plan is, right? What
Right.
everyone, and you like,
Yeah.
and like you are so out of the loop when you're watching it. I think Soderbergh, it's intentional for you to be like, okay, I don't know where we are.
Right.
So
And
that-
he even does that with the visuals at time with the fisheyes lenses. So it's like blurring out some of the background and side pieces of the scene, of the setting, and focusing on like a particular character at the forefront or something like that. For me, it was a bit distracting at times, but you can understand why he's doing that, making things like this is a confusing plot line and just adding to that element with the visual effects. So I agree with what you said, Dr. L.
Yeah, I do too. If it can get confusing, but as long as it comes together at the end and I can understand what happened, that's fine. But I'm okay with being confused in a movie if it's going to get explained. Like it wasn't like Tenet where I don't have to watch this movie 5 times to even begin to understand it. I got it on the first try. It just has to get explained at the end. And when that cameo comes in, when he first came in, I was very confused. I was like, who is this guy? I don't really understand it. Another thing is you have to kind of keep up with the last names in this movie and the names of the people while you try and like
True.
remember, okay, who's who, which gangsters who.
Right, because
like,
they
which
mention them
boss is
1,000
which.
times in the first hour, but they're not brought up until so late.
Exactly.
Like Zach
So-
Galifianakis gift where it's like all the math problems going on in your brain. It's like,
Yes.
it's going.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just think this is like the definition of you watch it twice. Like you watch
Yeah.
it twice and then you'll be fine for sure. The first time, like you said, like you'll get it by the end. But if you watch it a second time, I think you'll appreciate it more.
Yeah, that's true. I might go check it out in the theaters, honestly. I haven't been to a movie theater since they've opened.
Wow.
Severely slacking.
You got,
Yeah.
well,
Wow.
Black Widow. You're gonna see Black Widow in theaters?
Yeah, I should. I only
That'd be
like
a
to
big
go on
one.
Tuesdays. Half price.
Yeah, true. No, that's a movie theater classic. $5.
Maybe I'll be able to drag my roommate out to see Black Widow. We'll see.
That would be a miracle. Roommate. The guy's never seen any good movie, remotely good movie ever.
Ever.
The only movie he's ever seen, all he talks about is Meet Joe Black. If we ever review Meet Joe Black, he will be on for that. Joe will be on for Meet Joe Black.
Yes.
But I did want to talk about too. Ricky Flex brought it up. The fisheye lens. I didn't like it. I didn't like the fisheye lens.
Distracting.
Yeah. So it was like it kind of fit the noir style. Like it worked out really well in that aspect. But in terms of like me watching it, it kind of threw me off. And sometimes it was being used, I think, improperly in terms of like, not that I know better than the person shooting it, but it was in a way like, why are you doing that in the kitchen? Like, I don't understand. Yes, you were talking with Mary McDonald's character. I believe that's her name. Noah Jupe's mother. Like why are we using the fisheye lens here? If they're in the middle of the street in an alley, right, trying to capture that gangster feel, yeah, you could do that. But other times, I think it was almost abused, and it was just like I didn't enjoy personally looking at that the entire time, and made me a little bit confused.
Yeah, right. It's like it's already a confusing movie in itself, and now this is making you even more confused.
Visually confused.
Visually confused.
Yes.
I like it. I don't know. I like little twists like that. Little not like twist, but little change up. How about that? It's a little bit of a change up, and I really don't mind it. Did anybody have a favorite character in this movie?
Oh, David Harbour was pretty good.
He was good.
I liked his point of view. Like they would follow him throughout the movie as well as like a good supporting character. But I don't know. Like I think that was
Del Toro for me.
Yeah, I think Del Toro would be like the guy that I would like kind of most aligned to out of the major characters.
It's hard to find likable characters here too. Like in terms of like liking them, like you could enjoy a character obviously for who they are, but in terms of like who do I like most, there's not a lot of likable people once you get down to like after you finish the movie and like realize what their motives are, what their jobs are, occupations, what they really do want in terms of like the plot and what's going on. So Del Toro, I would say, was the most likable, but everyone's double crossing and doing some like
or cheating on their wives or something.
Yeah, it's always something that make them unlikable, but that makes them so really compelling too. But I would say Del Toro for me.
Classic heist movie. So I would say Don Cheadle is my second favorite character in this movie. I really liked his character. Following him throughout, I was kind of rooting for him. He's only second behind the gangster with the pimp cane, whose name I cannot remember, but that guy is a beast.
Yeah, that guy.
Like as you were talking, that I thought in my head that guy was actually awesome too. He had unlimited swag.
Unlimited swag. Paid off the police and oh wait, I should probably not spoil anything else, but ultimate like savage. He
reminded me of Dennis Rodman for some reason.
The moves that he makes, and then when he says that money's too expensive, and then you find out why, like chess moves, incredible.
It's Bill Duke, by the way. That's his name.
Bill Duke. Okay. I thought he did a great job, and he honestly really set the tone as well. Whenever he was on screen, he set the tone of that 1950s gangster vibe. So
yeah, definitely.
I really picked up on it. It was definitely the cane, and he's like tapping it on the ground. Sick. Sick. All right. Any final thoughts before we give out?
I guess my final thought would be, I don't know, when I think of a great heist movie, like this one obviously has a star-studded cast and the ensemble, but it's about bringing the ensemble together, which is so much fun to watch. Like if you think of an Ocean's, like bringing that ensemble together, it was like one of the best parts in the movie, and then actually going through with the heists is again like one of the best parts in the movie. This one, like the bringing the ensemble together wasn't very good in my opinion. Like it wasn't fun, it wasn't entertaining. It just happened really quickly and very with a lot of complications and confusing. But at the end as well, like when the final heist hit, there were so many twists and turns that you didn't get that like big hit, that polarizing like, wow, now that's a heist movie like moment for me. Like this was just I think for me like a good regular crime movie, not necessarily a heist.
No, it was like so you know how there's like buddy cop movies? It kind of reminded me of like a buddy criminal movie.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like these two guys are solving are solving this mystery, but they're not cops. They're actually criminals
Right.
trying to get to the bottom of something. So that's what I was thinking when I was watching. I was like, this is like a buddy cop movie, but so it's a buddy criminal movie. Is that a genre?
Watching that dynamic was awesome. I think
Yeah.
one of my favorite aspects of the movie because like those two are the only two in the movie that kind of trust one another. But at the
Yeah.
same time, they
Yeah,
don't
they don't.
trust each other, right?
Right.
So that's why it's like, yes, it's like a buddy cop movie, but at the same time, as if they're criminals and you can't trust one another. Like you literally, but you're putting everything on this person. So like watching them like risk stakes for one another, knowing what each other were capable of, that was cool to watch.
Leave the keys in the ignition. I like to listen to the radio. No chance.
Yeah, no way. All right, should we throw around some scores here?
Yeah.
I'll go first, and I think I'm just going to match Rotten Tomatoes. I really enjoyed this movie. I'm going with 88% or 88 out of 100. I don't know why I said percent.
Why not? Doc?
So I gave it a 73. 73 for me. I like as I said before, just to reiterate, a little confusing with the plot. The fisheye lens was getting on my nerves a little bit, but overall, very entertaining, fast paced. Try to slip in a couple themes at the end, but we didn't get much character development either outside of maybe Cheel's character. But overall, Soderbergh doing his thing with these heist movies. 73 for me.
Yeah, I'm very similar. I'm a 70, straight 70. I think I'm going to watch it again. My score might go up or down based on that, but I think like watch it again and appreciate it more. I think I might, but to be honest, it just was confusing at times, even though it did come together at the end. It was a good watch though. Like just to seeing the stars on the camera or on the screen together, and just an interesting crime drama, like with deep themes like that. You're always gonna get a watch from me out of that.
Certainly on the rewatchables.
For sure. All right. Well, that concludes our coverage of No Sudden Move. I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to Ricky Flicks for top billing.
All right. Happy 4th of July, everybody. I know we're a little late on it, but we don't come out with our pods till Tuesday. So hope you had a great 4th, safe, good weather 4th. I know up here in the Northeast wasn't great weather, but we have the top billing today in honor of the 4th, and it's going to be a little different, not related to film. We're doing something a little different. We're relating it to food based on the controversy we talked about in the beginning. We're doing the top billing of food condiments. And thank you to Sarah for mentioning this or recommending this to us at SConnect27 on Twitter. Phenomenal idea. We're running with it. So before we get going, Nez, what's a condiment?
That's a good question. I'm getting it's something that you can put on a sandwich or use as a dip. If you can dip your French fry in it, it's a condiment. If you could put it on a sandwich to layer the bread, I'd say it's a condiment.
Yeah,
What do you guys think?
I looked up the definition of a condiment, and it is probably the worst definition ever. It's just just to enhance a food. Anything used to enhance a food. So I think before we start this draft,
No, we cannot use that.
we need to put like a restriction here or something. So using it with sandwiches or what are we thinking here?
I'd say anything that you can, throw on a sandwich, dip a French fry into, or I guess maybe even flavor something with, right? I don't know.
It can't be
Okay.
a solid substance. Like it can't be like a topping. It's going to be a clear difference from a topping and then a condiment. It's going to be like a.
You can't choose bacon.
Oh
Bacon's
yeah,
off
of
limits.
course. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but like a pickle. Like you can't choose a pickle. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I say a
Yeah,
pickle's
Pickle's not a
topping.
condiment. That's where we draw
Yeah.
the line.
right. Yeah, I agree
Right.
with that. All right. Well,
But I think it's also. I think it's like is a condiment too. Like if marinating something with a sauce, does that count as like a condiment?
I would say yeah.
Okay,
okay.
let's
Right?
ride.
All right.
I think so.
All right. Well, let's just quickly spin the wheel of who gets to decide to go whatever pick they want. Dr. O.
I will go. Numero uno for Dr.
All right. And then just spinning the wheel again for our listeners here. It is me, and I will go third.
Back at it in the 2 position for the 3rd draft in a row. Like I said last week, I actually enjoy being in this 2nd position, and I think I would have picked it. So I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
Well, Doc, you got the first pick.
You're on the clock.
You're on the clock. Yes.
All right. I think I'm going to go with the most reliable, I would say, out of all the condiments. And it's one that we had the spotlight in the beginning of the podcast. I'm going with ketchup. Ketchup is a number 1 pick. You could even say that's a chalk pick, but I think it is when you go to a barbecue, what is the first condiment you're reaching for whenever you got a burger, dog, not necessarily chicken sandwich, but some people are crazy like that. But ketchup is what I'm reaching for. Got to go with the tomato paste. Heinz, preferably.
Most reliable.
Definitely reliable. Not much risk factor there.
No.
You know, if this was a prospect, you know, in the NFL draft, I'd be like, definitely could be a day 1 starter. I don't know how high the ceiling is, but you know that ketchup's floor is right there. You know, they're going to get in the league and they're just going to start producing. So not a bad pick, but not what I would have picked overall.
Wow. Well, how about
I was gonna go risky. I was gonna go risky, but I was just like, ketchup is like, I have ketchup more than any other condiment when I do the math. You know.
Well, Nez, you have your number 1 still on the board. What is it?
It's hot sauce. It's hot sauce, buffalo sauce, whatever you want to call it, hot sauce. I put hot sauce on everything, pizza, sandwiches, everything. You could put hot sauce in rice. You could put it on chicken. It doesn't matter. It's amazing. And there's all different types of it. And it's my favorite condiment. I love it. And I'm a hot sauce abuser. I'm just constantly putting it on.
What hot sauce are we talking about here? Because you said buffalo as well.
So, I mean, I have to be that specific.
Yes.
I think because you said buffalo. Because like there's different types of hot sauces, but you can get all of them, but you can't. I don't think you could have buffalo and hot sauces. Am I crazy there?
I'll go generic and just pick hot sauce then.
Like Frank's hot sauce. Like it doesn't have to,
like
it doesn't have to be the
Frank's
brand, but it's like that type of hot sauce. Like
yeah.
Ricky Flicks is gonna put a picture of like probably a bottle.
Right. Yeah.
Frank's
bottle. I know. There's another bottle that I'd like to put up, but we'll just go. We'll be conservative here.
We'll talk.
All right.
I'm up.
That's a good pick though. That was my number 2.
Thank you.
This is my number 3. My number 2, which I'm getting at 3, is honey mustard. Honey musty. Dr. knows I love honey mustard. I think the floor here could be really bad. That's my big issue with honey mustard.
It's true. Yeah.
Because they might go too much on the mustard side. And I think that's a problem. But when you get the right honey mustard, then it elevates above every condiment, in my opinion. Because that ceiling is probably the highest ceiling out of any condiment. My personal opinion.
Honey mustard, when done right, is amazing. Honey mustard, when done wrong, is a disaster. It's a sandwich ruiner.
Yes,
true. That's a lot of risk. It's a high risk. It's a high risk, also high reward at the same time.
Exactly.
But low key, French fries with honey mustard, sensational.
Yes.
It needs to be more widely accepted. You know, it can't be looked at as weird. Like it's too much. Like it needs to be a thing, right?
I always hated honey mustard growing up, and then I tried honey mustard from Garden Catering in Connecticut and Stanford, and it changed my life. I was like, whoa! I didn't know honey mustard could be produced in this fashion. So now, I'll take a risk. I think I had some honey mustard at your guys' house one time. That was delicious.
Yeah. No,
you know if it wasn't for Garden Catering, I wouldn't have been putting myself out there with the condiments like that.
My favorite honey mustards, Ken's out of the bottle, Sweet Baby Ray's out of the bottle. Newman's has a great honey mustard. And at Chili's.
Heinz packets. Heinz packets. Peel.
Yeah. McDonald's has a good honey mustard. All right. My second pick here. Chick-fil-A sauce.
Ooh.
I know it's tough because it's only at one location. So it's another risky pick here because you can't get it a lot and it runs out a lot. A lot of people try to buy it out of the tubes and hoard it. That's how good it is though.
That's a solid pick. Honestly, didn't have that on my big board here. That's a good pick.
All the dominoes have fallen as I expected. I could have predicted the first 4 picks in this exact order. I had Chick-fil-A as my number 4.
Well, Nez, let's see if
I'm like
Dr.
the agent Wojnarowski. I just knew the condiment draft. Did my scouting.
Interesting.
Nez, let's see if he's going to go 5 for 5 here. What do you got?
I'm going with ranch, baby. I'm going with ranch. And I throw ranch in combination with my number 1 pick. These are complementary picks right now. A little bit of ranch mixed with some hot sauce. Fire. Absolutely fire. And no, I love ranch. That's another thing. You could throw it on pizza. You could dip
Yes.
my French fries in ranch. Sometimes I dip fried chicken in ranch. When I go to McDonald's and I get McNuggets, I get ranch. I don't get barbecue sauce. I don't get no teasing picks. I don't get anything else. I get ranch.
Ranch for me, not on my top 15 because I like a different one more.
Not even on my big board. Not even on my big board. The other one.
So I'm on the same side as Ricky Flex. I'm at the same side as Ricky.
All
Flex.
right.
But
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'm not going to dismiss ranch and say it's bad. It's not.
Right. It's not.
I think
It's good.
one is superior to another's. That's why that's a polarizing pick where it's like people see that they see ranch, like, and you see the other one, another person has the other pick. Are you going to go with that person instead, or are you going to go and trust the overall rest of the board? We'll see how this plays out, boys.
All right. You're on the clock, Dr. O.
All right. I would like. I want to take buffalo sauce. I think there's a clear difference between buffalo and hot sauce. Buffalo sauce is a lot thicker. You put it on wings. Hot sauce, it's not on wings. You know what I mean? So I don't. Ness is giving me a dirty look right now. Do you think there's not much of a differentiation between the two?
No,
Really?
Okay.
So you're throwing a veto.
Like buffalo sauce?
You can throw
It's
the
like
veto.
the same stuff.
When you order buffalo wings at a wings place, what kind of like sauce do you think they're put on? It's not going to be like red hot sauce.
It's hot sauce and butter. Have you ever made wings from scratch?
Yeah, but like with the butter and like it's thicker, putting it on the wings, like it's
Okay.
I see what you're saying though. Now that you're saying that, oof.
It's just the same thing with a little bit of butter.
It's thicker. Yes, it is. Yes, butter's huge though. Butter's huge. Really adds to it.
Nez, are we throwing a veto?
I don't know.
You can throw the veto.
I just think I think it's an ugly graphic. If we have hot sauce and buffalo sauce, there's gonna be a lot of people scratching their head.
Okay. So make a move.
Nez, you go first.
Veto.
We need 2, right? Do we need 2?
Yeah. I think Nez makes a good argument because now I'm thinking about it when you're making them from scratch. Like you just sauce, but I'm just thinking right now. I'm thinking of that now, but I was thinking like Ken's and the Sweet Baby Ray's. They have a separate thing. They have hot sauce and they have buffalo wing sauce.
It's like milky looking. It doesn't even look the same.
They taste different too.
You can draft buffalo wing sauce, not buffalo sauce.
Yeah. I would actually, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I'll happily take that.
Okay, I think.
All right, good.
No veto from me. I think that's acceptable.
So
buffalo wing sauce. There's an amendment to
like Nez. Like
I got buffalo wing sauce. That sounds terrible.
But Nez,
so it has to say that, right?
Yeah, but Nez, in like your graphic, it'll have like Frank's, like I can't pronounce it, Kalula, like all the traditional ones. But and Dr. O's, thank you. And for Dr. O's,
it's gonna be the
like
Frank's wings one.
Yeah, like or something like that.
I don't know if I want it if it says that. I don't want it then. Do I have to take it? You're like, I don't.
We're gonna have to drop this clip and have people decide this on Twitter. By the way, whether or not
buffalo.
You take it.
I don't.
We'll need a separate poll.
If it says buffalo wing sauce, I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna win a draft like that. That's sloppy.
Not gonna win a draft like that. I thought we picked with our hearts here, men of integrity.
Oh, well, I'm trying to win. Like, come on. Like, we're trying to win drafts too. And I love buffalo sauce. I don't want it if it has to be titled that. I'd rather just.
Okay, fine. All right. Nez, is his hand still on the piece?
So yeah, so still my pick, right?
Draft something else, Doctor.
Yes, go with something else.
Barbecue sauce. We'll go barbecue sauce. Jeez, we're going way too safe this draft already. Way too safe. geez, we got two staples though with ketchup and barbecue sauce, and I'll just go to my next pick to follow it up. Chipotle mayo. Chipotle mayo will be my next pick.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah,
go to
that's a good pick.
Subway, that's my go-to. If I could just take the bottle, I would. Next time I go to Subway, I'd be like, "Do you guys sell that, or can I just how much do you want for that bottle of Chipotle mayo?" That's what I will do next time I go there. But I like those two picks.
Yeah, I love Chipotle mayo. So high on my board.
Yeah, that was up there. You just drafted the next two things on my big board, so good pick.
All right, Nez.
I'm gonna have to go with something that's just universally makes anybody a good cook. I'm going with teriyaki sauce. Teriyaki sauce is unquestionably the best and one of the most easy things to cook with. You get some chicken, some teriyaki sauce, you cook it, amazing. Anything you put teriyaki sauce, most things that you put teriyaki sauce on are very,
Right.
very good. One of my personal favorites, teriyaki sauce.
Favorite sauce to go with chicken, hands down. My favorite. Like it's
Easy.
it's favorite thing to marinate.
Consistent.
It's yes. Well, it's not only reliable, but it's just tasty. And if you're not just having chicken, you're having teriyaki chicken.
Mhm.
Like there's a way. It's even fun to say teriyaki.
Oh yeah. Oh
Right.
yeah.
So I like that pick. That was literally next on my board too. But we're thinking way too similarly, boys. I don't like that.
Not next on my board, but it was high on my board. Love the pick. Now to me. My next pick, sriracha.
Yeah. Okay.
Sriracha.
I'll allow it. That's what I was thinking of when
So-
you guys were asking me to get specific about
Oh,
hot
okay.
sauce.
Yeah, I don't view that as a hot sauce.
This is
at
kind of
all.
BS.
Are you
I didn't
joking?
I didn't get buffalo sauce, and you're getting sriracha.
It's different. It's its own
Kind of
thing.
BS.
The guy who
Sriracha
made
is more of a
sriracha,
paste.
the guy who made sriracha, like that, he's like, there's only one sriracha, but he was like, oh, I'll let other people make it like under this name. But like he said, like sriracha, like that was his, like his company and everything.
Man, I don't.
That's
fine,
totally
whatever.
different.
I don't think it's totally different.
It is. It is.
I
It
don't
is
think so.
totally different.
What is more okay? What is more closer to hot sauce? Buffalo wing sauce
That is, yes.
That is.
or sriracha? Which one's closer to hot sauce?
Buffalo wing sauce is 75% hot sauce. Sriracha is like its own, like it's like a paste. It's not
It's
even like
different.
it's different.
It's different.
Fine. Is
Saying
everything
it's
hot
good,
in the
I don't
world
know.
hot sauce? Like, no.
Is
Like, it comes in a
Chipotle
similar
mayo hot
bottle.
sauce? Like
Yeah,
It's a,
like,
it's a
we don't eat
mayo.
Chipotle
It's a
mayo.
mayo.
We
It's in the
did- we-
name. It's a hybrid. That's why it's such a good pick. It plays.
It was a great
It
pick.
plays both ways, offense and defense. Two-way player.
it is a great pick, but you know what? No, like it's different.
you could draft buffalo wing sauce. I told you.
No,
I told you.
Not,
You
not
can
with that
draft
title.
buffalo wing
Not
sauce.
with that title. That name falls off the jersey.
All right, moving
Oh
on.
man, this has been controversial already. I'm having
Like I
fun.
got so many other controversial picks potentially happening later. This is going to be an exciting end.
Oh boy. Okay, moving on. All right, for me, I think we've hit like my personal like clear top 9 or like higher tier. I think we're gonna get into like the nitty gritty here,
Mhm.
and I don't know what to do.
Get your napkins out. It's getting messy.
I'm gonna go this. I'm gonna do a classic Ricky Flex. I'm gonna go personal here. Sweet red chili.
Sweet red chili.
So like Polynesian.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. So sweet chili sauce. Or sweet red.
Yes, right.
So
It-
wait. So Polynesian.
Yeah, basically, right.
Okay.
That's a sweet red chili,
Might,
right?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
I arguably like that Chick-fil-A, like that from Chick-fil-A more than Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah,
That's how
it's
much
so
I love
good.
Polynesian.
Mhm.
It is fuego. It is so good. So good. I love it. Polynesian. I was hoping I was going to get that as like a last round pick. I can't believe you
Same.
guys beat that
Same.
right here.
Really?
Yeah, I was hoping to get that later in the draft. It was on my big board for sure, but definitely a quality pick.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ricky Flicks saying classic Ricky Flicks here, picking with my heart. I got accused of pandering earlier. It's just
What do you mean pandering? Where is the pander here?
No, not here. No. It's just earlier we talked about like Ricky Flicks pandering. You're like classic Ricky. just it's a little ironic. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Nez.
My next pick is one that you can find in many places. I'd say my favorite of this condiment will be found at Shake Shack, but you can find it at any stadium or ballpark around the country. I'm going with nacho cheese. Nacho cheese sauce. Nacho cheese sauce.
So like, what's the
Nacho
brand?
cheese sauce.
It's melted nacho cheese.
Oh, you also got a
Nacho-
ballpark.
if it-
I'm not like cheese, like melted.
I would say
cheese.
it says nacho cheese sauce. That's what it'll say in the graphic.
Nacho cheese.
Sauce. So,
I guess you put it on hot dogs.
is it a topping?
It is. Oh, it totally is.
No, but no, I'm saying
Like,
that's-
you
there's
wouldn't
difference
consider-
between
You could
a topping
dip,
and a
you
actually-
could
condiment.
dip your French fry in nacho cheese.
But like, but that's not what a condiment is. They don't dip. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is kind of.
Yeah, I guess like my only I'm not gonna
Like
throw
it's
a veto.
not like cheese. It's not cheese. Like it's not like cheese you slap on
Right.
something. It's
No,
nacho
like-
cheese.
She just
Like-
puts someone-
yeah.
you stick to
I was-
someone's forehead like naturally you do with cheese.
I was gonna say something like
Craft slices. How are
you
you?
put it on hot dogs, but you also put like chili and onions on a hot dog, but those aren't condiments, you know?
Hey,
and-
hey. That's
If
what
you're
you have to
drafting
pick.
that, that's a veto. Like if you are like I'm
Hey,
already vetoing
I never
here.
said I was drafting anything yet. You can't veto a pick. It didn't happen. But
I'm vetoing in advance.
You could dip
We're saving
something
time for later.
chili
I know, but
dogs,
I-
like
Right. I agree. That's why I'm trying to say, like, if you're gonna view this as a potential veto, that's the way I would view it because it could be separate.
because
But I'm not gonna
chili
throw a
was-
veto 'cause
chili-
we took
chili
Branch
was my
too,
next
and, like-
pick. I swear.
Well, that's a veto from me, but we'll get there. Oh yeah, we're right here. So
I
yeah.
know. We are here. You gave away my chili pick, and like it's gone already. I don't. God damn. I don't know. Okay, I'll go with garlic aioli.
That was
Garlic
gonna be my last
aioli.
pick.
That is. It's great. It's better than like traditional. I can't say the pick because it hasn't been picked yet. Then the traditional form of whatever it is, like adding garlic to it and ever. And it's if you get it like it's almost a treat. You get it like fancy restaurants. Plus with French fries, unbelievable. With French fries, garlic aioli, yum 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 yum. Good. That's my next pick.
I was gonna try to sneak that as Mr. Relevant. So
Anybody else's mouth watering?
I want some chicken nuggets.
It's making me hungry, dude.
I think our dog's drooling in the back over there.
Yeah, I mean, you guys. So for the listeners, I was about to make dinner and I misunderstood what time we were going to start recording at. So I didn't eat dinner, and I'm just sitting here and we're just listening garlic aioli and hot and all this just amazing condiments and sauces, and my mouth is watering. I'm starving right now. I'm so hungry.
all right.
But anyways,
Doc,
good
your last pick.
I mean, the fact that this got to the 5th round, there's intent like this is like
Don't do it.
no, but this Flicks, you're not going to pick this because you don't like this.
Oh.
Mustard, just mustard. Like mustard is a great condiment. We're talking about put stuff on your glizzy. You don't put mustard on your glizzy.
You were
on,
the one
man.
that was saying you
I
put
hate
ketchup on your
mustard.
glizzy.
No, I do. Well, I put everything on my glizzy. I do
Okay,
everything.
yeah,
I like
granted.
honestly, but yeah. So there's different variations of it, but the group of like honey mustard or all these other different types of mustard is mustard. Just the flat out French's. Give me the yellow bottle on the graphic. Iconic. Give me that. I got ketchup, mustard, and barbecue sauce. That's
Yellow
a little
three-
bland. A little bland.
Those are
The yellow
franchise
mustard,
builders.
yeah.
Those are franchise builders. You do everything around them.
Yeah,
Right?
they're like the chalk, quote unquote, chalk picks, right?
Yeah,
Like the-
I mix it with a garlic aioli like that.
but you got it in the 5th round, which is shocking. But you knew I wouldn't pick it because I'm not the biggest.
Yeah,
mustard
you're not a
enthusiast.
mustard guy. Nez,
Me
give me
either.
the thumbs down.
No,
But
I
like,
don't like mustard.
mustard is, I don't know. Like, I guess it's controversial for some people. And it's like you're either ketchup or mustard guy.
Mhm.
People are mostly ketchup. I like everything. So I'm
All right.
happy to get his last pick.
Nez.
Oh man, I got 4 right here that I really want to pick, and I don't know which one to pick. So can somebody give me a number 1, 2, 3, or 4?
3.
2.
I'm gonna go. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Now I'm going with tzatziki sauce. Tzatziki,
Ooh, I like that.
amazing Mediterranean sauce. You dip your pita in it. You dip your French fries in it. You put it on your gyro. I mean, it's an amazing, very underrated sauce and not used enough. It's a top. That's a top 5 condiment in my book.
Hitting the Greek vibe. I like that. But we also need to do a sandwich draft because gyros There might be a first rounder.
Mm.
Euros are
They're
so good.
They're good.
And they're hard to find. It's like hard, like around me, it's very hard to find a euro.
Oh yeah.
So whenever I take advantage, I have to always take advantage of that. I know
Mhm.
one time, like, I mean, if you get a food truck euro, money. Love that
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, those are good. You got to be careful, but yeah, good.
Yeah, no. I gotta be close to a public bathroom. Like,
Yeah, street meat Euro and NYC, forget about it.
Yeah. So like, yeah, with all the same different trucks. I don't know about that, but like,
No, it's amazing.
yeah, I know, but I gotta be by a public bathroom within 10 minutes after eating it. Like, absolutely, especially if it's like a 100-degree day, I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. But Euros, I just matches with that pick. A great sauce.
Mm-hmm. All right, time for Mr. Irrelevant. This is going to be interesting. What your reactions are going to be. Syrup.
I almost drafted syrup.
Syrup. Put it on your waffles. Put it on your pancakes. You can put it on your eggs if you want. That tastes good too.
You put it on a sandwich.
You put it on a sandwiches. Look at a McGriddle has a infused maple syrup in the pancakes as well. I think top 15 last pick for a mainly like French fry hot dog type of condiment draft here. I think, you know what, taking it last. Yeah, I'll do that.
No, I almost, when I said 1, 2, 3, like give me a number out of 4, that was number 2. Was maple syrup.
We should just do a food podcast. Let's just transition.
Make
Or
sure
we just
I
do
eat before the recordings then.
Do like under the drive-in umbrella. The drive-through.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Wow, that was solid.
The drive-through podcast.
I like it.
I was debating between like maple versus chocolate syrup, but I didn't want to go dessert side. So, but before we do any more honorable mentions, let me just read off the list. Dr. O, ketchup, barbecue sauce, chipotle mayo, garlic aioli, and mustard. Nez, hot sauce, ranch, teriyaki, nacho cheese sauce, tzatziki sauce. Flicks, honey mustard, Chick-fil-A, sriracha, Polynesian, and syrup, maple syrup. Nez, honorable mentions from you?
Yeah, I got soy sauce, which I really wanted to draft, but I like tzatziki, I think, a little better. Pesto is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if olive oil counts, but I guess you
With
could
bread?
definitely count it. Yeah. Well, you put it on sandwiches too.
Yeah.
And you
Oil.
could dip things
I
in
would
it.
count it.
Every Italian sub, you gotta get some oil on there.
And then we forgot we didn't do draft regular mayo, but it's
Or
a little too
Miracle
bland for
Whip.
me. So yeah, that's all I have. Soy sauce, pesto, olive oil, mayo.
Doc?
Okay. Szechuan sauce, was that legal?
Oh yeah, I mean even
Yeah.
though it's not around, but yeah.
Yeah.
Legal.
I did. Yeah. I had chili. I didn't pick it. Relish. I like relish. That tastes great. It's like cut up pickles.
I
put them
hate
like
relish. I hate pickles. I hate relish.
Flex, I'm giving you my honorable mentions.
Sorry.
Go
on,
au jus sauce with like a roast beef. I
Oh,
don't know. Yeah, an au jus. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're talking about. I didn't know it was called that until now.
Sweet. Did you say sweet and sour? Sweet and sour.
No, I
sauce?
didn't. I don't like sweet and sour, but yeah,
Wow.
that's up there.
There's like duck sauce, and then yeah, those are the main ones. Thousand Island dressing, just for the respect of the Big Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah, respect.
Wait, nobody even drafted blue cheese, right?
No,
That was going to be an honorable mention.
I wanted to stay away just because polarizing pick, like
Right.
You know,
Yeah, like
Ranch
right when
is
you,
so much better. I don't. Blue cheese is gross.
All right,
You're
we're gonna
eating
do
little
this right now.
chunks of.
if you don't
Oh
like,
my god!
I understand if you're talking about like the blue cheese crumbles, but if you're talking about regular blue cheese, I disagree.
Unbelievable.
like especially if once again, blue cheese is almost like a honey mustard situation. If blue cheese is done right, you can
Oh,
nail
the ceiling's huge.
spectacular.
So-
you will go to a specific restaurant because they have good blue cheese.
So
Yeah.
my buffalo chicken dip is a consistent hit with our friends and family. Like I make very good buffalo chicken dip. People have told me time and time again, and I'm going to reveal my secret on the podcast. It's that I don't put blue cheese in my buffalo chicken dip. I substitute the blue cheese with ranch, and that's why everybody loves it.
If you want to even improve it to like a next level,
No,
throw in
every buffalo chicken dip you've ever had in your life has blue cheese in it. Mine
Yes.
has ranch, and that's why it's critically acclaimed.
we'll have to do a taste test.
Okay, real quick, honorable mentions from me. You already picked chipotle mayo, but garlic mayo as well is great. If you get on shawarma, phenomenal. Honey Chipotle. I personally like that a lot. And then General Tso's. I just had it
Shout out
yesterday with
Chili's.
just a regular, just with a sandwich, and it was phenomenal. So those are just some few honorable mentions for me. And now I'll wrap up this top billing. Very contentious. Love it. Dr. Rowe, to you.
That was a fun top billing. Let's do more food top billings.
I gotta go preheat my oven. Let's wrap this up. I'm starving.
All right, that's going to conclude this episode of the Drive-In Podcast. Thank you for listening, and please leave us a review wherever you're listening to this, and then rate us 5 stars. After you rate us 5 stars, screenshot it and then tweet it at us at the Drive-In Pod, or post on your Insta story and tag us. That's going to do it for episode 44. We will smell ya
Later.